Hello, it's DJ. We're going to be playing some Dwarf Fortress. We're going to go back to PickWrung, and we're going to put in some bedrooms, a tavern, and see where else it takes us. So let me go ahead and start the game up. Okay, continue active. Thurcodor. PickWrung, active save. Okay, just as a quick reminder, we have a small hospital here. We have the water coming in from our well that we dug out. Looks like we have at least 2 levels of filled water. Looks like our 3rd level's filling up. This should come right up to the bottom of this well, and we shouldn't see any flooding coming out because of this. This relieves the water pressure right here. We can tell because it's at a pretty good pressure right here, and we see it completely filled up, and then it's spraying through this little crack, and we have a lot lower water here, and that comes down to right here. So that should all be good there. We have our work area, we have our manager's office, we have our bookkeeper's office, we have our centralized storeroom. What we want to do is we want to get some bedrooms so that our dwarves stop sleeping on the floor or sleeping out in the grass. We also do have, if we look up here at the map up here, we have this river that cuts off this left side of the map here. If we do have any migrants or anybody come across from that side, they will be blocked by the river. So we do need to get a bridge in or a channel underneath this river so that people have easy access. We have so much wood, we might as well put in a bridge. Just want to make sure there's no danger. I'm thinking maybe if we put something right here, that will give some access across the water. We'll just go ahead and put that in right now. I'm going to say open this way, but we're never going to put a lever on this. We're just going to leave it as permanent bridge. We could do a floor as well across here. Something like that. We're never going to do a drawbridge here. We're never going to lift it up. This is purely access. What we can also do is we could put some traps that will block a wagon from coming across, but let's just see where this gets us. One thing that we do need to, we are getting some cherry flowers on the ground here. Some of these trees are going to start dropping. It looks like we're going to get a lot of cherries and some bayberries in our enclosed area. So let's also go ahead and make a zone right here. And let's gather the fruit. So anything that comes in this entire area, we can safely gather here. We're still kind of open here, so there is a unsafe. We'll fix that later. There are a lot of cherries up in the tree here, so that'll increase our food. Our drink is down to 30. Now, getting those cherries will be good. We can start making some alcohol out of that cherry juice. We can pick the cherries, make some alcohol. Let's go ahead and put in a rule. Brew from fruit. Let's just brew one. Whenever drinks gets less than 20. Sure. We'll up this later. And then let's also make some rock pots. I also want to see we want to come down to goblets. We do have 9 mugs right now for our population. Maybe we should make a couple more mugs. Just so we have enough on hand. So what I'm thinking is we have this entryway here. We'll eventually want to move this storeroom away from here. We may end up actually walling this off and creating a different way in. We can put a small barracks here with access so that if anybody gets down in here, we can kind of defend ourselves. But really what I kind of want to do is I kind of want to get some bedrooms in place and start working on a tavern. So let's put a tavern in this general area. We will, this is a construction area. What you'll notice is you'll start hearing the dwarves actually building, and you'll start hearing tink, tink, tink of them working. It's my understanding that the dwarves can hear that. And so you kind of want to put your bedrooms away from that sound so they're not disturbed while they're sleeping by work going on. So we will go ahead and we'll probably dig down 1 or 2 levels to start putting in some bedrooms. With the bedrooms, we'll put in a temple so that they can go and they can take care of any of the religious needs that they have. And then eventually we'll put in some other guilds for them to be able to focus on learning some other stuff. So I think let's go ahead, put the tavern in something like this. What I like to do is I like attaching a kitchen. So let's put in a kitchen, say right here. And then I usually like putting in a food storeroom. Something like that, so that they have easy access to go and grab stuff out of the storeroom to cook. This kitchen will also have another still in it. We'll eventually remove the still from our work area and put it in here. And the other thing that we do want is a chicken coop, a bird coop. Let's put a bird coop back here. That way we can bring our birds inside. They don't need to be outside. They're not grazers. They can survive inside. we'll put some nest boxes down. We'll start getting the eggs. We can bring the eggs into our storeroom, and then the eggs can be used in the kitchen. Sure, this looks fine. Let's go ahead and put some passageways there. Let's go ahead and just line this up with this passageway here. I want to be able to put doors on here. I want to be able to, if something is unfortunately going wrong in the tavern, which is likely to happen, we want to be able to shut the doors. It'll also be good when we put in a small barracks here. We'll put in an access from the barracks into the tavern directly. We'll need to get a different barracks upstairs. We want the dwarves to, we want some dwarves upstairs that are used to being in the sun. They'll get acclimated to being underground, and then if they're too acclimated when they get the sun and that bright sun hits their face, they'll get really nauseous and they'll start vomiting, and they won't be able to defend themselves very well. So you have to kind of pay attention to making sure that your troops can wander out into the sun. So we'll do a separate barracks upstairs for that. Let's go ahead and start with that. And then we'll come down. I think we'll try 2 levels down for the bedrooms. There are some gemstones here in the wall. I do want to grab those. Probably put a room in right here. Just thinking through how I want to approach the ramp down. Let's go something like this. And we'll do another ramp down here. Okay, and this is the level we'll start our bedrooms on. They'll be able to, the dwarves basically come down, ramp down, ramp down. We'll put some statues, we'll put some interesting things for them to look at when they're coming down to their bedrooms. And we will kind of T-junction bedrooms off of here. We're going to use a completely separate path down for later when we want to go exploring down and we're looking for the caverns. We'll want to do that separate. You don't want anything bad coming up from the depths and having to pass through your bedrooms. So we're going to kind of keep our bedrooms separate off of here. Initially, I'm going to just go with some regular dormitory-like bedrooms. Not really the dormitory. We're going to do individual bedrooms. You can set up dormitories. I tend to only set up dormitories later when I am going to be have like a work area way underground that I want the dwarves to be able to have someplace to sleep. I don't want them having to travel all the way back up here just to sleep in their bedrooms. I tend to like to always do this in groups of 10. Pretty much right now I have it set by default to the 200 dwarves limit, but it's good to not overbuild your bedrooms. So usually I try and target around 250 to 300 bedrooms in total, and not go too overboard. That's a little overboard even. But right now I can lay this out. I have 10 bedrooms, and I'll do another batch just like that. The other way I like doing it is I have these 3x2 bedrooms, then a gap, a 3 hallway, a gap, and a 3 bedroom. Okay, so I'm going to draw out that block, which is an 11x14. And I didn't pick the right thing. So let's draw that again. 11x14. And then I'll turn on my eraser. And I'll just erase some lines. I'm going to cut out the bedrooms. Cut that out. There are tools for templates. You can use DF Hack and you can draw out and template all your bedrooms. You can also draw in, like create my bedrooms. I could furnish my bedrooms, put doors on them, and then I could save that as a template all furnished. And then I could paste that back in. I actually find the drawing out of rooms to be the very meditative part and relaxing part of this game. So I tend to not template very much. I tend to draw everything manually, as I find that enjoyable. What I'd like to do as well is I have this stoneworker shop. I'd like to start maybe expanding out, and this is the trap you fall into. I'm getting to the edge of probably doing too much stuff at the same time, and that will bite me, because I won't get anything done. I'll have stuff half done. So let's start making some rules, because I do need some stuff on hand. So let's have rock doors. I'm constantly gonna need rock doors. So I'm gonna do two rock doors, and I always want 2 rock doors on hand. Okay. I do want tables, rock tables. I want 2, and I always want 2 rock tables on hand. Now, we may adjust these numbers later, once we get a bigger fort and need to have more tables on hand or more doors on hand, speed things up. We need rock thrones, chairs for people to sit on. We're going to do the same thing. 2, rock throne 2. Grab some water. There we go. Okay. We got doors, we got tables, we got thrones, we got mechanisms, we got rock blocks, we have cutting some gems whenever we dig up new gems. We do have milk animals, so we do want to go up top here. We have an animal that needs to be milked regularly. Okay, so basically where everybody is I turned on that harvest. So if I come here to labor and I look at plant gatherers, everybody's being a plant gatherer. So everybody ran outside and they're picking cherries. So I would like to narrow that down. What I'd really like is some migrants. I'd like to increase my population. So we'll just let everybody pick cherries for a little while. Also, we have Olin out here still constructing this building. They're still putting in this bridge. So Olin's running back and forth with some lumber. This bridge is being made out of stone. We need to change our filters. we can just, I'm not actually putting something down. I am just getting to the filters, global settings, folders. We want to turn that off, use blocks. Okay. Fix that small thing right there. They are bringing out the ladder and they're climbing up and picking the cherries out of the tree, which is good. Our food numbers are increasing because those cherries can be eaten. So right now, Rawl is hauling rock salt over to make a rock table. Pretty ineffective for us to be running around, grabbing a rock boulder, bringing it over workstation. So we want to set up a new stockpile. Something like this. And we want to just have that be stone, other stone, basically any stone that we get. We want to collect from anywhere, and we want to come and we want to jump up the wheelbarrows, number of wheelbarrows. That'll speed up our collection. We'll put in a quantum stockpile here eventually, but let's not worry about that right now. I only came with one wheelbarrow, so let's make some wooden wheelbarrows. I asked for 6, I have 1, so I need 5. We also want to, while we're here, we'll just go ahead and make beds. We always need beds. Until we don't. But that'll be a while. Make that a rule. We're going to make some more wooden bins. And also, okay, we are making the rock pots. What we need to do is we need to get another stone worker shop. We'll put a stone worker shop right here where the carpenter is. We'll move the carpenter and we'll have multiple carpenter stations, multiple stoneworking stations, multiple craft stations. Everybody's busy picking cherries. Picking cherries. Do we have our bridge in? Not yet. Almost there. The size of the bridge determines how many stones or blocks you need for it. And since I didn't change that one 2 blocks, this one's taking a little bit longer time and using more material than really I should be, but that's all right. Grab some of these sunberries around too. Danger zone, doing too much stuff. I want to put a door in here. You know what I'd like to also do is the stray dog skeleton. Let's look real first before I go making a mistake. We still have this giant mosquito wandering around somewhere up in the air. There's a giant mosquito. Could be bad. I need a farmer station. Then I can start milking the animals. The one animal. And I can start making cheese. We got migrants. Hey. What did we get? Okay, we were at 7. Now we're at 14. It's a pretty good amount of migrants coming in. So we have a weaponsmith. Sickly, disdains decorum. His name's Vukar. High stamina. impatient, ambitious, disdains friendship. With those, some of the existing 7 dwarves had disdains relationship stuff. So it's just a non-friendly group here. Okay, we got a beekeeper. Maybe we'll do beekeeping. Maybe we'll start collecting honey. See where that gets us. Maybe Zazit might do something else for us. Don't really have good combat skills. Disdains law, private, low willpower, climb to abstract, merciful, disdains skills. Disdains skill. That's lovely. We will see if Zazit's happy at doing anything. We have Silob, Master Engraver. That's absolutely fantastic. Disdains fairness, values tranquility, good intuition, poor kinesthetic sense, non-musical, values eloquence. Engravers will get some really good engraving on the floor. That'll make our dwarves happy. And then we got the children. We got Monam, dwarven child, 15 years old. We'll have to wait a couple years. The children can hull and play. We'll have to make some toys. Make sure our children are happy. We got Malful, 17. Malful is going to be an adult soon. So, disdains fairness, creative, values romance. Hey, get some romance. Finally, need some romance. Locum, values cooperation, good with language, cruel, sickly, low stamina, and cheerful. A cheerful, cruel dwarf. 14-year-old. Got Nomal. And Nomal likes flights of fancy, is very private. Nomal is coming with their duckling, Toulon. We'll have to definitely get that duckling in a safe zone. Good spatial sense, high willpower, frail, recovers quickly. Okay, so lots of children. We're going to come to our pen pet pasture, and we got a Toulon, and we got a baby donkey. Female donkey. So we'll go ahead and assign them here to this pasture. It's a pretty small pasture. I'm going to need to solve for that as well. I need to solve for lots of things. Here is Toulon the duckling, coming in hot. Let's go look and see. Our bridge is done. We will ignore that for now. All we wanted was access over the river. We can see it up here on our little map. You see the little bridge right there going across the water. Okay, so let's go back in and look at plant gathering. We do have one of the miners have learned to be a herbalist. You know, I think that beekeeper is going to be our plant gatherer from now on. That will free up everybody else. We are getting closer to the end of summer. We're in midsummer now. We are going to need to have some trading. Strikeander. Didn't come with the migrants. Must have just wandered out there. Probably got scared from that mosquito. Okay, so we have the farm station. We're automatically going to get, someone should come and milk an animal. We definitely need some more space. Here's the milking. Let's go ahead and add a rule or make cheese. We'll make 1 cheese. Whenever there's more, then 0 milk. just started digging things out. Now that we have some more dwarfs, let's speed up our mining by just assigning Rawl and Duckhost to just mine. That's all they're going to work on. We're getting the wheelbarrows. We're getting some stone collected. That'll make it easier for our stone crafter. Grab a stone, make a thing. We have some tables, we have some doors, we have some pots, we have some beds. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move my carpentry down here. We'll let them finish that task up and then we'll get rid of the carpenter here. I want to put another stoneworker right here so that we have access both sides for stoneworking. Okay, we're going to remove that carpenter station. Going to put in another stoneworker station. Limonite. Limonite is used for iron. This will definitely help us once we get into metal crafting. Magnetite, also used for iron. There's some rose quartz in this wall here. We'll want to get that out of there. Resin opal clusters. Let's grab this stuff too while we're here. We don't need to dig this out for right now. There's an onyx cluster right there. We'll just replace that wall we just dug out. We'll also place this wall here. Something's happening. Emu. We got wild emus coming in. We have a dead emu on the ground. I cleared off the combat log before I took a look at it. Just want to see. Doesn't look. The emu bites a straw war dog in the head, tearing the fat and bruising muscles. So the war dog did get wounded. Where is our pup? I don't want to lose our second pup. Fighting another emu. How is this one? Unconscious. Must have been a batch of emus that came in. Yeah, he's just nomming down on this emu right now. Okay, another emu. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Giant fox. That's no bueno. Okay. Bringing the dog back in. There is... I just saw... Is there another? Yeah, there's a couple more emus right here. Let's... Are they trying to get in? Yeah, they're trying to get into our fort. Another emu right there. So I think if we put some traps along these walls here, not block the entrance. We also need to put up a visual barricade so that you can't look directly in, but we don't want to keep the traders out. So let's wooden cages. We want some wooden cages. And then we're going to want to put in some traps. Cage traps. Cage traps are highly overpowered. Just do something like this. If we can start capturing the emus, we can start using them for our food production. And then we got a lot of food off those cherries. We gotta have to collect the animals. The animals got scared because they could see the emus came in and scared the animals. So I don't have a butcher station set up right now. I don't have a lot of space either. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come down. We'll change the priority. Just noticing I had set my UI pretty big. But we'll just leave it there for now. That's fine. Let's make a room that is a butcher station and tanner. Let's just make a processing room, something like this. We'll also want to put in some farm. It can go... The game can get a little chaotic. Luckily these emus are not hurting. They're not war emus attacking from beyond the grave or anything like that. So that giant fox is concerning. Somebody was sick on the ground. It was probably an emu got sick on the ground from being attacked by the dog. We're scared of the dog. I'm going to clear off some of these trees that are right here at the front door, just so I have a better area of control around my entrance. Something like that. One thing that I also need to do, along the large list of things to do, is I need to put in a dwarven bath. So there's this vomit on the ground. If a dwarf walks in that vomit or walks in blood, they'll be covered in blood and they'll trek blood down in here. So I want to put in a dwarven bath, something like right here. Right here's fine. Baths can be a little... You have to watch them. You don't want to overfill the bath. And so you have to keep an eye on it when you're dealing with it. Let's go ahead and put in... We're going to put in a zone. And this zone is going to be a pit pond zone. And we're gonna put it something like this. We're just covering in the pit that we just dug down. Here's the pit, just dug down, but also a place to stand next to the pit. And then we're going to say, designate this zone as the top of a pond. Citizens will bring buckets of water if the pond below isn't filled. So they're going to fill it up. If they get it too full, dwarves won't want to come through there. Might as well, since I'm here, lay down my workshops. I want a butcher and a tanner. And put a loom in. Some of that material that we're going to get off of the animals can be used for thread for making cloth later. Now, just thinking, what I could do is above ground here, I could extend my fort out this way more for my trade depot. Since we're in late summer already, let's go ahead. Oh, Jesus Christ, fox! Giant fox. Cover slowly, terrified. I don't want that. Okay, let's. Do something like this. Chaos ensues. And we haven't even got to the real chaos yet. Okay, the dog did not see the fox and go after the fox. I'm gonna need to move all these traps. Oh well, that's fine. We'll go ahead and we'll put in a trade depot as well out here. We're gonna need it. Something like that. It's one of the reasons I really enjoy. Oh, need buckets. It's one of the reasons I really enjoy Dwarf Fortress is you never know really what's going to happen, what you're going to get. You have a general, hey, yeah, I generally know, making a fortress, going to do the thing. But then every time, it's something different. I wonder if we should kind of make this, I'm thinking through of whether we should kind of separate and have the trade depot. What if we did something like this? Let's go ahead and we'll remove this trap here. Okay. And construction, wall. Something like this. Sleeping on the ground. Yeah, I need to go set up those beds for the bedroom. We have one dwarf that's unhappy. Let's remove all these traps. Live and learn. We'll cut down this tree here. So basically you're going to have to come through my trade depot to get to these doors to get into my fort area. Once we get these walls in, we'll put some doors on here. These emus are going to drive me crazy. This dwarven bath is going to drive me crazy because I got to watch it. Smear of emu blood on the floor. This is exactly what I was talking about. They're getting emu blood on their feet right here from this dead emu on the ground. And they're going to have it on their clothes, which isn't too bad for right now. But let's say that that was poisonous. That could be bad. There's so many emus out there. They want in. They want to come inside. They want to be friends. But they're not friends. Let's move this wall. Where they go building it. I'm gonna basically make two. So this is where my trading is going to happen. That's going to be separate from over here. I'm going to have the actual entrance to the fort. Since this is a kind of wild area, I have a feeling that the emus and other animals are going to be problematic. And I am going to not be able to relax as much if I don't solve some of this. With some overpowered traps. Something like that. Yeah. This way I have a bridge. I can close the bridge or open my bridge depending on the needs for the trade. Clear that tree out. Later we'll get wagons. Let's pop downstairs real quick. We haven't progressed on the bedrooms as far as I would like. I'm guessing we probably went and mined out the tavern and are mining out the kitchen and the bird room. So we can put some doors in like that. Put a zone in right here. Something like this. We'll do more wood. And we will pull wood from here. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to come into standing orders. And I'm going to turn on gather outdoor refuse. To clean up some of these emu bodies and other bodies that are laying around. One citizen is stranded. So they were picking the tree and the ladder got taken out from underneath them. And so they got stranded up a tree. Because dwarfs. That's the only reason. Because dwarfs. They're brilliant. Okay. So I'm just building a ramp up this wall to get us up onto this level. They can pass through the trees. Zazit can climb down from the tree and may do it themselves by the time they seem to be climbing around in the tree a bit. Looks like emu meat is what we're going to be eating. We'll start a little emu farm. Once we get these traps in, we are going to have way more emu than anything else. Go check on our bath. Oh, that was close. We want this all to be 3s. We don't want anything more than a 3. If it gets to a 4 in here, then the dwarves won't pass through it. Okay, so it's all 3s. We're going to go remove this pit. Barely caught that in time. Okay, so now it's a 3. Now it's a working dwarven bath. A dwarf will walk through here. Oh, you can just watch for a minute. Okay, so Silob has already wandered through the bath once, and so they're completely covered in water. Even their left eyelid is water covered from walking through the bath. So this is one way to help try and keep bad things from getting into your fort. One citizen still stranded. So this little ramp up is not clearly opening a path for Zazit. We'll just have to do something like that. The animals are still getting freaked out. Running all over the place. Bring them back. Okay, although it is a grim reminder of the winter hardships to come, the supply caravan from the Stake of Rhyme is a welcome sight. Their eyes are alight with the anticipation of inspecting the splendid products of your industrious crafts dwarves. We haven't even started on our craft stores working. Take careful stock of your own stores. What these merchants offer might well be the difference between a prosperous future and a slow, meaningless death. They'll do is they'll come in and they'll Ooh, that's no good. No bueno. 10 thieving or mischievous creatures. What do we have? Giant Keas. Oh, man. So Keas will steal things. That's bad. Okay. We're going to put some doors in here on the back of our trading post. We're going to build a floor over the top of the trading post. Might help. We have all this wood outside right now. And also the Keas are going to be scaring our animals like crazy. So they're thieving or mischievous creatures. So anything that's thieving or mischievous will come and steal basically anything loose on the ground or anything that's not they can get to, really. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cancel. Then I'm going to remove this rescue ladder. There's that emu skeleton coming finally to our refuse pile. Here comes a Keas, coming in hot, about to come and scare our animals. See how the animals ran away immediately? Now everybody's going to be, it's going to be kind of chaotic madness while, especially with an active trade going. What we'll need to do is we'll need to get our animals underground. We could probably at least bring the birds in right now. What I might do is just bring everybody inside for right now. We just want everybody but the cats. The animals will get hungry because they don't have a way to graze. But that's a temporary problem. This is going to be interesting too because I want to bring my gem bin up to trade. And I don't want it stolen by the Keas. Here's that Keas. Fortunately, the Keas is getting scared. Let's keep the war dog up here to keep the Keas maybe scared. Maybe. Oh, that Keas is coming in. Wants to steal stuff. Let's look at diplomacy. I am your liaison from the mountain homes. Let's discuss your situation. The world is same as ever. Make requests for your next caravan. They'll charge more for these items. So I would like some plump helmet spawn for my farm that I'll eventually get around to putting in. I want some pigtail seed for my cloth industry, which I'll eventually get around to. As long as I'm gonna have to focus on dealing with these Keas for a while, so getting things settled is going to be challenging. I would like a male dog. Start a dog family. It would probably be good for some alpacas. That's a lot of stuff to order, but we'll go ahead and order that. So these are the prices that these things will be at. That dog's going to be extra expensive. The male alpaca is going to be expensive. Everything's going to be expensive, but we'll have a season to get ready for that. Next season, next year when they come around, they're looking for ammunition, arrows, bolts, and thread. Maybe we'll have some of that. One nice thing about the traders being here right now I'm just checking these Keas to see if they've grabbed anything, because there's my gym bin sitting on the ground. Somebody got scared while they were bringing it upstairs. Keas are gonna make this trade be difficult. Okay. Okay, my gym bin is here. Trader's ready to trade. Somebody is stranded. That is it. It's way up this tree. Zazit got scared by something. Oh, Zazit. Well, at least they're fighting the Keas. So these are the merchants brought some guards with them, and the guards are fighting the Keas. And it looks like Silob. Giant Kea grabs the stoneworker by the first toe, right foot with his left wing. Giant Kea releases the grip. Giant Kea grabs the stoneworker by upper left back teeth with his left wing. So he reached into Silob's mouth and grabbed him by the left back teeth. All right, I'm gonna request a broker at the depot. Hopefully nobody gets too hurt. Hopefully the traders calm down enough to come back for the trade. We want to get a roof on here. We can trade. Okay. This is our initial trade. We have some good amount of gems that have been cut. We have some uncut. We have some, like these rough indigos would be worth a lot more money once they get cut. So I'm going to skip all this first stuff. Male duck. We'll grab some wine. Grab some rum. Grab some beer. And you have a cheap barrel. You have a barrel for 100 here. That's a little more expensive than I'm wanting to do. You have some cheap buckets. Sure. I'm not sure if I'm ready to do invest in, say, crossbows. I'm not ready for the clothes yet. I am going to need some shields. I'm going to need some armor. They do have some pigtails right now. Some of the new dye. I haven't really seen the dye yet. I need to get to that point. Hopefully the emus don't murder all our dwarves and we can actually try out the new dye system. Let's go ahead and buy this box of leather. We should grab a couple cloths in case somebody needs them. Something like that. Maybe some silk. Steel anvils, they're nice. They're too expensive for my taste right now. We have plenty of food, but we only have 31 meats. I have a feeling that we're going to be dining on lots of emus in the future. So maybe I won't stock up on meat. I might as well buy your plump helmet so that I always have that in stock. Strawberries sound good. Blackberries sound good. Grab some yarn, some thread. Got a lot of cheese. Hopefully I can start making my own cheese. Let's grab a couple splints. We're already at almost 700. It's a cheap crutch. That they're bringing a choir is a good sign. And they're bringing sheets is a good sign. So we will want to get a library set up. I'm going to use the DF Hack Trade UI for... I like selecting the Dwarf Fortress UI for selecting what I'm buying. I like the DF Hack for what I'm going to trade for that, because I can easily come in here and see what's been cut. I usually like selling off my cheap gems first. I'm going to skip these roughs. I want these to be carved. So we're in a profit zone. Okay, now we're in the green profit zone. So they'll accept this trade and they'll be happy with it. Ah, wonderful. Thank you for your business. Okay, and we can see here's all the gems I just traded to them. We'll want to start making stuff for trading later, but I think we have bigger problems right now. So we're going to uncheck the gem bin and try and get that moved off the trade depot before a Keas steals it. Also want everybody to come and collect their stuff. Let's go down, see. Okay, the bedrooms have been carved out. Let me go ahead and set those up. Oh, I don't want that. What I found is learning my hotkeys. So I'm hitting B, and that's just build. And then I'm hitting F for furniture. And then I'm hitting B for bed. So if I want to put down beds, BFB. Okay. I want to put down some doors. So B, P, R. I want to put down some doors. I want to do a zone, and I want bedrooms, and I want multi. Ten bedrooms. We need to go and rescue that stranded. Where are you? Sazit. You are way up that tree, too. Man. Build this giant stairwell out here. Kia. Nobody's going to be happy with these Kias coming in and scaring people. And then you just have the kids out here playing. We had a chain or a rope. We can see. Let's see if we have a chain or a rope. Do we? Yes, we do. Amazing. I thought we had used it for the well. I guess we have a extra. Somebody needs to come and grab this water buffalo and take him inside. Comes the Kia. Coming in. They dropped the rope on the ground. 2 steps away. Some more migrants have arrived. Lovely. We'll just keep an eye on the door here. Are you a migrant? Nope. You're the merchant. The merchants aren't going to be happy if they keep on getting scared away by the Kia. And these little kids are just playing outside. That's no good. Dwarven child is fighting. You know, I'm gonna have to build a militia commander. Let's go look. Proficient fighter. Okay, like hot. You're gonna be a militia commander. Create a new squad. We'll just use the metal one for right now, but we'll change it later. We'll get somebody else out here. Grab Psylob. And we're going to put you right here. Your whole goal is just to stand around and look scary. Keep getting interrupted by the birds. 2 groups are stranded now. They're just running up the trees. Psylob ran up a tree as well. Problem is we can't really build while they're being scared away by the Keas. Bomb wreck. I just saw bomb wreck going through this water right here, and bomb wreck does not have the skill for swimming. Bomb wreck could have easily drowned in not very much water at all. Four groups of citizens were stranded. Everybody has ran up the trees. Well, we're down to seven Keas instead of the 10. Okay, let's sign our war dog. Somebody got down out of a tree. Another person's got out of a tree. We're down to 3. We're down to 2. I think the Keas are leaving us alone for a little while. Okay. The Keas have left the map. So we're going to have to build some Kia protection. Solve for that. We need to get Zazit, Toulon. Out of the tree. Okay, Toulon just jumped out of the tree. Zazit. Okay, we're going to start building the stairs up to try and get Zazit out of this tree. Baby llama. Where did you come from? Bringing our grazers back up. What I will most likely do is chop down all these trees in here, put a roof over us to protect us from the Keas, since I have a feeling that's going to be a reoccurring problem. Sazit's still stranded. We're still building. Yeah. Gonna have to start. That's unfortunate. It's good having these trees here. But so this tree I just cut down was right over this floor here. So right now if I mouse over it, just says open space. So I'm going to build construction floor. I have to cover that up. These ones that are not over something that I've constructed underneath them, I don't have to worry about. Right there is a hole. So if I can get all this blocked in, basically, if the Keas come back, they'll have to fly through this passage and they'll get stuck in the traps. Just like everything else. I do need... another lever. Let's look how the bedrooms are coming. People are actually sleeping in the beds. We have 17, we have 10 beds, so let's go ahead, BFB. More beds. BPR. More doors. We'll zone that out as bedroom, multi. 10 more bedrooms. 20 bedrooms, 17 dwarfs. Trader will be leaving soon. Good. They're spilling water on the floor. Cherry wine on the floor. Somebody's drinking. We can turn off our miners. We're just kind of chillaxing. Get some tables. Some tables. BFR. Stool, chairs, thrones. We're going to make a meeting area here. I just designate some of these zones that we were planning on. Then I think I'm going to call it, this is the Inn Tavern, the crystalline dumplings. Nice. We're going to zone a dining hall. And we are going to select that dining hall and we're going to assign it to the crystalline dumplings. And then we're going to build a workshop, farming. We're going to put a kitchen in. We're going to actually go ahead and put 2 kitchens in. And then we're going to do a still. Oh, yeah, well, that was incorrect. Cancel. This was my food storeroom. This is my kitchen. Cancel all these tables and chairs. We haven't even put in a dining room yet. That's fine. Kitchens. Something like that. We're gonna get rid of that. We'll put our dining room over here. We will change this to back to be a 4. We will put a stockpile here. And we will say that this one is only food and is only drinks made by plants. And then we're going to pull from our main stockpile. This will give us a bunch of alcohol in our tavern. And then we'll also put in a chest. This will be a place for them to put mugs in the tavern. And we are gonna make a rule for rock coffer. You want 2 on hand? Less than 2. Okay. Do you hear that faintly? You can hear them working. Oh, they just stopped. One group citizen is still stranded and thirsty. Hungry and thirsty. Nobody's been building this. Okay, the merchants have left. I'm going to suspend the kitchen building for right now. Okay, we need to rescue... There's this merchant is stuck right now. They climbed up on the wall. They don't have a good way to get down. We have a ramp here, but we don't have a way for them to get across here. And just go ahead and start covering up some floor. We do need to get rid of these trees here. Too much to do. Too much to do. Okay, so this guard does have the ability, and they are leaving now. Should be leaving. I have a feeling that this merchant might be stuck. Which is sad. Sometimes if you have an event like that happen where the Keas come in and they scare the merchants will get to a state where they don't have their pack animals. So if we look at, they have a water buffalo standing right there, and they have this yak bull. But I'm thinking that yak bull's not close enough for them. And is probably afraid after experiencing trauma. So maybe if this yak bull gets a little closer in, they'll be able to load up the yak bull with the materials so that they can take all of their stuff. But I have a feeling we can go ahead and turn those two off. They can go back and do some work. Yep, Zazit's getting dehydrated. Hey, Zazit is running. Let's make sure Zazit gets some food. Okay. Haul in a mug. Okay, Zazit's drinking. They're starving. Let's go get some food, Zazit. Donkey cheese. That sounds lovely. Okay, I think that's about it for this round. Kind of an exciting round. We will see where we can get next. Hopefully we can solve the merchants and get the merchants to move on. I don't want them just hanging around to block other merchants from coming. I may have to actually destroy my trading post to get them to get unstuck. we'll see. So that's where I'm going to put it. Thank you very much.